Hey, welcome to Dream Aloud with Kendra. It's a podcast for Black women who want to live limitless lives. Be inspired by others who have dared to step outside of their comfort zone to live their hopes and dreams and passions. Now let's get started because life is way too short not to live the way that you want. So I'm going to start again and say hello to you again. And I'm going to introduce to you Miss Kaya Payne, not Kia, but Kaya Payne. We met online actually in a Black women's entrepreneurial group. Yes. Yeah, and she was selling her tickets to her play.
My very first
Your very first play. Shade?
Beautiful Lies.
Beautiful Lies was first?
Beautiful Lies.
Okay. Because
at the Claridge Casino, it has been 5 years ago, October 27th and 28th, I believe, of 2016. Yes, like it was the best night of my life. So one of those things is forever branded into my brain, and I'm aspiring to reach that glee again. Uh-huh. So yep, it was October 27th and 28th.
Okay, and so I learned a lot just by going to her plays. So Kaya is a mother. True. A grandmother.
Oh, listen, 8 times. 8 times.
You're an 8-time grandmother. Whew. How many jobs have you had?
I can't even, too many to count. So we have been a valet. We have been a cocktail waitress. I have been a corrections officer. I have driven a taxi cab. I have been a dealer. I have been a dual rate supervisor. And I am now currently working in food service supervision. Kill me.
Talk about a pivot.
Kill me.
So you pivot. So tell us a little bit about why you made those changes. Where did you start?
Everything obviously is for the greater good. I was a teenage mom. I had my son at 16, then had my daughter at 18. Mm-hmm. And as life would have it, both of my parents are deceased, and they were at the time of me giving birth. So I've had to be very independent and self-sufficient from an early age. Mm-hmm. So not working, not securing the bag, not being prosperous and productive and paying the bills was never an option. Most people have that maternal person that they can lean on. I know grandma gonna help me take care of my baby, or, auntie such and such. I did not have those luxuries. So with that being said, you're going to get out here and you're going to do what you need to do, because at the end of the day, your job as a mother and as a woman is to provide for these children. Now, whoever is there or isn't there, they are X factors at this point. You got a job to do. So from 16, I worked that job until my daughter left for the military. And then when she left for the military, that freed me. I got released from my bondage. And that allowed me time, money, dentists, braces, proms, hair, like you name it, they needed it. That freed up a lot of finances to be able to invest in myself. So we wrote the first book 9 years ago.
What's the name of the book?
Paper Promises and Punishment, and it was urban fiction. I listened to a Steve King interview, and the biggest thing of the 40-minute interview: write what you know. Drugs, sex, and money. That's what I know.
You know.
So that's what we wrote about. So never any creative writing class, never any mentors or anything like that. It's just like a story came into my mind and would not let me sleep. I worked on it for like 6 to 7 months, and then I had this manuscript, and it was close to like, I'm gonna say 90,000 Microsoft words. And it was, and they were like, so what are you gonna do with it? And I was like, I don't know. Because in our environment, and it's not a lot of people that's writing books. There's not a lot of people that's publishing books. So I was very in uncharted territory. Luckily, shout out to Lisa Smith.
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa is also an author of 2, I want to say, books. One of them is spiritual. I have 99 Problems, but God Ain't One. And the other one is, I can't remember, but it's about the casino. but she kind of led me on the path. So she gave me her graphic designer.
Okay.
And Miss Donna then led me to an editor, then led me to being able to actually break that 90,000 words down into 2 books. So when I first sat down to write my book, I wrote book 1 and book 2 at the same time, but it was so thick that I could not afford to do them all in one book. So hence I ended up having a series. Didn't know who I was going to sell it to, didn't know how to sell it, didn't know, like, I was just like, this is what I want to do. I have the money to do it, and we're going to do it. And everybody's like, okay, we're going to do that. So every bar, if I was at Pistol Pete's, I was selling books. If I was at the Circle, I was selling books. If I was at work, oh my gosh, shout out to my Borgata family. So when the first book was written, obviously, they would see me on break, on my 20-minute break. If you're a dealer, you work an hour, you get a 20-minute break. I would literally sit by myself and write in the stairwell, at the cafeteria table, on my 20-minute breaks. Like, the story poured out of me. People was like, oh my gosh, it must have been so hard. Writing wasn't the hard part. Selling the shit, that's hard. Yeah. Buying crack is easy. Selling crack is hard. So no, the writing aspect of it came so naturally. It scared me because, I got to a point once the kids got older, it was like, God, is this all I'm meant to do? Just take their money and put up with this, is this it? Is this where I'm, retire, pay the bills and just ride it on out? So when the seed for writing Paper Promises and Punishment was planted, I could not ignore it. The sun, the water, the churning of the soil, everything came so naturally. That once it was done, going to Philadelphia, going to New York, taking my books anywhere was not a problem. It was never anything to load up a case of books. And then when I ordered, again, I don't have no kids at home. I was able to spend $2,000-$3,000. No, I want 500 books. And, again, this is how much I believed in my product. And then 2, I didn't want to be one of those people that sweat every book. Yeah. If I want to stand out in front of the subway and pass them out, I had that ability because I knew I had something else coming. So it's like, if you read this one and you fell in love with this one, I might take a loss on this one book, but I know I'm going to get you if you come back for another. And the hardest thing is to get somebody to read your books these days. Yeah. Everybody's digital. Is it on Kindle? Can I audio book you? Boo. Then I just tell you that I'm self-published. I did all this myself. No, I ain't no audio book, but okay, well, I just buy it, I'll give it to somebody. And I've gotten that too. So writing just flowed. It just flowed. And then one of my good friends, who last year she passed away. Her name is Nima Goodrum. She had a battle with cancer. But Nima was the first person to tell me, you write too vividly for this just to be literary. Think bigger. And I said, damn, I just wrote 3 books. Like, how much bigger do you want me to go? She said, think bigger. So life happens, tragedy happens. And a family that adopted me, the matriarch had passed away. And they asked me, the writer, to come help with the eulogy and the final print for her stuff. And what I'm thinking I'm attending is something that's going to bring everybody together. I saw the family that I loved and that embraced me and that took care of me when that I was able to go to with my kids and enjoy holidays and Christmases. I saw them tear each other the hell apart. And I said, this is my next play. This is my beautiful lives.
So it was based on a true story.
It was based on a true story.
Wow.
It was based on how bitter, how angry family members, relatives get over the secrets, the things that they didn't know, the things that went untold. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, to be sitting and watching it, I knew it couldn't just be them. It couldn't have been, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure
a lot of people.
Like every family, every ethnicity could relate to Beautiful Lies. So Beautiful Lies was definitely genuine. It was real. Obviously, you take a little bit of truth and you embellish and you make your big tinies and you make your characters relatable. You love them or you hate them, or they're just oh so funny and they're over the top. But when I wrote the script for Beautiful Lies, it was based off of Josephine Cook passing away and me going.
So you wrote books, And then you wrote a play. You did the screenplay. You did everything. And you had no experience doing
training.
that before.
Still have no training.
So where did you learn to do it?
Amazon.
Books. You went on Amazon.
I went on Amazon.
Did you go to YouTube University?
No, I didn't. Obviously for the screenplay, you can go and buy a copy of Friday if you wanted to see how Friday was written.
And then you figured it out.
And I figured it out.
And so this is all while you're working at the casino.
All while I'm working at Bodine.
And so you said you take your 20-minute break and write.
Right.
So you were using the Pomodoro method. So that's the method that I teach my ladies in my accountability group.
Okay.
How to be productive. So you spend 20 minutes writing or doing, and then you go back to whatever else you come back and you do another 20 minutes.
Yes.
It's productivity. So you were already doing that and you didn't know what it was called.
Pomodoro?
Pomodoro. It's the tomato. It's the tomato.
Okay, yes.
That is crazy.
And then I would get off at 4 a.m. and I figure if I can do 8 hours for Borgata, I could do some hours for myself. And I would write until the sun came up or until I got the kids up to go to school. And then I would go to sleep when they went to school.
So Zane has this quote that says, let your 9 to 5 fund your 5 to 9.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you did.
That's how I live.
You got your hustle on.
That's how I live.
Because you want to do this or because you need to do this. Do you feel it? Is it a feeling? Is it something that propels you or pushes you? Or
watching your baby be birthed is an out-of-body experience. Finding a cast and a crew of 21 people that believe in your dream is surreal. Like there is no bigger contribution. There is no bigger dedication. There is no bigger commitment than to get people to come to rehearsal. Come, you know what I'm saying? Pass out flyers, bring their family and friends. The momentum and the energy behind somebody believing in you, in your project, it surpasses any drug I've ever done, any, orgasm or whatever. It is very, very surreal. And then when you start pulling in your coworkers, I didn't know you could write. I didn't know you could do that. That high is euphoric as hell.
So what do you say to people that say, they know they're talented. They know they're supposed to write that book. They know they're supposed to do something else than what they're doing now, but they haven't. What do you say to them?
Will God be pleased with you?
The gifts and the talent.
That's it. Will God be pleased with you? Because at the end of the day, Noah was a drunk. Yeah. Everybody is bestowed with blessings and talents and gems.
And you don't have to be perfect to do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So one of my 5 keys to manifesting your dreams, the first one is to get started. Don't wait till you're perfect. Don't wait till the stars align. Don't wait till you have all the money. Just do it.
Well, I took the money out of the 401k, so we had the money. we was gonna secure the bag. And that to me, like I said, the kids were older. Tomorrow's not promised.
No.
Tomorrow's not promised. So, again, you live for today, but you prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You live for today, but you prepare for tomorrow.
You just don't. Yeah.
So at that particular point in my life, it was like, I have nothing I can pay this money back. I still got a job. You know what I'm saying? So we took the seed money for the deposit for the Claridge. We had to hire an independent company to handle our sound. And the Claridge, my first rodeo was amazing. So our show was on a Friday night and a Saturday night. They let us move in on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So we literally built the set in their theater and they did not charge me anything extra. They were very amicable. The rental fee for the theater was fair.
It was fair.
Fair.
But you let it happen.
No, when the lady told me the price, I wanted to, can I send this to you now? Because I don't want the price to change and we not be here. And mind you, it did not have the reputation yet. You know what I'm saying? Like all the, people didn't, we can rent the theater for that much. Oh yeah. So hence the fanfare hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So again, I went down there and I locked in my contract and everything went amazing.
So that's one of the things about getting started. So once you get started, then the universe starts to work with you, conspire.
Yes.
To help
And you meet people and doors open, and you can have your rehearsals here. We had our rehearsals at the Boys and Girls Club on Pennsylvania and Adriatic. Miss Phyllis, oh goodness, she passed away too. It's been a lot of deaths within the last couple of years. But she was also one to bring the arts to Atlantic City, and she used the Claridge. So with that being said, she kind of pointed me in the right direction in regards to a venue that I could use, and they would kind of the carte blanche. We had the lobby. You could bring your own food because you're my VIP to have food. Because it's like stuff that you want to do to bring people in and make them feel appreciated. Thank you for giving me, the extra $15, and this is what I'm willing to give you. You know what I'm saying? I always want to make somebody feel as though they've gotten above and beyond what they paid for with a painless production.
So what else were you doing while you were writing this play and writing your book?
For Play One, working full time. Both kids are gone at this point in time. It's probably dating somebody that was driving me crazy. I'm a part of a motorcycle club. I'm a rough rider.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I keep learning a whole lot of stuff.
I'm a part of a motorcycle club. And rehearsals. I help build the set. I'm painting.
So you live in fully. And so I just need to stop there as a young single mom too. I need to tell those moms, if you do what you're supposed to do for your kids, like you said, no matter who's there, no matter who else stepped up, because these kids didn't ask to be here, your turn is coming. Your turn is coming. We're free now. True. I'm free to do whatever I want with my money whenever I want. And you're doing the same thing. True. But there are no do-overs. You don't get to raise your kids again. So you made sure they were priority, but you kept living your life and putting your dreams out there too. True. And now you can do whatever you want.
But believe it or not, my daughter's biggest gripe, the grievance, we're always working.
You were always working.
I was always working. That is her
because
biggest.
You had to work weekends.
Well, again, I'm in a casino. It was demanding.
Yeah.
Her birthday's the middle of the summer. Summertime is peak time. You know what I'm saying? So there's been times where I slept 2 hours just to sign the early out list for her birthday. Couldn't get out. You know what I'm saying? And when you're at one of the best houses in the city, you have to pay attention to your time and attendance. You know what I'm saying? So
what does she do? Is she working at the casino?
No, my daughter's in the military. She serves the Navy. She serves the government.
So we kind of find what we want to do and then do it because.
Well, now I believe, again, as a child, you have one perception, and then now as an adult with a child,
she's getting a little.
Yeah, she has a whole nother understanding of sometimes the responsibilities outweigh the the options. This is what I'm responsible for. This is you going to X, Y, and Z is an option. She's my best friend. Yes, I did the best I could with what I had. I'll tell anybody, there's no script for this shit.
And there's no script. And it is rewarding. You don't know how many times I have apologized to my son because I was just doing the best that I could. And when you know better, you do better. So there's certain things I'll apologize for. He'd go, okay, I got it. Because I know better now. I can't go back and change it, but I want to apologize because when I was growing up, adults didn't apologize to their children. And even when they got grown, they didn't apologize. But I just wanted to say, I did all that I knew to do. And I'm very proud of him. But I still felt like I just needed to apologize for some things.
I haven't grown that much.
You haven't grown that
much yet.
It's okay. But I'm so grateful that my turn is not with trying to go back and do things over. Now it's just like I always told him, I would take my little weekends off. Now I'm like, you will have to find me. Well, I have to find him now because the weekends I never took him. So now he's like going more places than I do. But don't give up your dream. You have to take care of your kids, but you also have to have your own dream. So you were working a lot.
Never
but
stop.
You were doing other things too.
Never stop. And now Tiana's 28. She's my biggest supporter. She is my biggest donator. What you want to do, Mom? Here's a check. You want to buy a house, Mom? Here's a check. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. I'm okay. Like I wouldn't be stepping out here if I wasn't, you know, if this shoe didn't fit me, I wouldn't put it on.
Let's talk about that pivot. So you had a house in New Jersey.
Had a house in New Jersey, and obviously the demands of being a homeowner and this break-in and that break-in and mortgage and homeowners insurance and property taxes, all of that stuff was draining my funds. So it was before the market obviously boomed. And I did a short sale on my house, and I took that money and I stashed it, and that helped with the dream. That freed me, you know what I'm saying, from the financial obligations of paying a mortgage and all of those utilities and all that stuff by myself. It put me in a position to where as though I could invest in myself and I could do what I wanted to do without the demands of my mental and my funds and just everything. And I think that's where the homeowner fixer-upper thing comes from, because when something would break, listen here, YouTube University first, before we pay anybody. Let me see if I can fix this first.
Yes, me too. I'm going to Home Depot with a piece that's broken from the toilet, the little hose thing that goes there, and it was leaking. And I came in, they said, what do you need? They were on the phone. I said, I need one of these. I don't know what you call it, but I just bought it with me so that I could go. And I took a picture so I could go back and fix it. So, you know, you do what you got to do. So you were in Jersey, you sell your house. How'd you end up in Jacksonville here?
Oh gosh. 3 books, 3 stage plays. The last stage play was at the college, ACC campus in Mays Landing. Thought you had the formula. You went out, you passed out the flyers, you let people know, your social media, you put out an ad on the radio. The same.
You did all the stuff that you did.
And I didn't get
the
first 2 times, exactly. And I did not get the same response. I did not get the same outpouring of love. I don't know if it was timing, or if people was like, oh, we already know that you're good, you know, it's not really my thing. Or if it was just maybe I'm doing what I want to do in the wrong place. So sometimes we hit ceilings and we don't know we hit ceilings, or we're at a dry patch. And I felt like I was at a dry patch. And 2021, so 2018, 2019, I can't even get my dates together. So 2019 of May, I made a decision that I was going to come down here. I have an aunt and uncle that are retired military here, and that is it. My aunt and uncle, they're here, they're stable, they've been here for 20 years. I flew out, stayed for about 2 weeks, got a little bit of lay of the land, realized that this is not in Atlanta. Everybody and their mother is not putting on shows. You know, oh, this here, this here, this. I can rent this, I can go here, I can go there. I can come here and grow my brand. So I got fired from a job, collected unemployment, took my money out the 401k, brought my ass down here, started over. Me and the U-Haul.
So starting over, you know, people feel like, okay, this one was a flop. It wasn't a flop. It just didn't sell the way it sold before. So that doesn't mean that your product is not good.
No, it just means it's not for this audience.
Right. And it's not a reflection on you. So
well, I take it. I took
you
it
take
personally.
it as but
it's my baby.
Yeah, I get that. But it's really not, we have to detach from that. And that's what I'm learning too. I'm learning to detach from that. And so, but you did move on.
Yes.
You got to learn, you got a lesson. I have to do some other things. I have to figure out what people want before I get it.
True. Or again, spread yourself out. You know what they say, whatever your product is, it's not for everybody.
That's right.
So my thing is, you know, the fanfare or the support that I got when I initially started, one, it might have just been curiosity. Oh, let me see if she can actually pull this up. She did that shit, y'all. I ain't giving that girl my money no more. Like, all right, we see what you do. All right. And then 2, sometimes it's the people that you encompass in your productions. But at the end of the day, Atlantic City, to me, it only allows you to grow to a certain level. It's home, you know what I'm saying? It's familiar, but I did not want to be a big fish in a little pond, as I was told. So sometimes you have to step into a bigger pond and see if you want to grow, little fishy. Yeah. So I came down here to grow. Jacksonville is one of the largest cities on the East Coast. And it, like I said,
which I didn't know until today.
Oh, shut. with the pomegranate.
Learn something new every day, right?
But yeah, so with that being
I
said,
didn't think my ride from the airport was 40 minutes, but you're like, I know, I'm sure it wasn't 15.
what flight you hear me? You got a flight to let you off right at the beaches? Cause how dare, yeah, you're a nice little ways away. But I would come to Sickerville.
Learn something new every day.
So no, like I said, me moving here. I moved here in May.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first casting by June. I found a venue and we had a show in October of 2019. So me moving here with my plan, with my drive, with my energy, I was able to take the unemployment money and pay the bills. And then, the rest of that was going to every professional, Black Women's This, going to any business mixers, because now I have to regrow my brand. I have to get my face out there. I have to introduce myself to people who do not know what my product is and what I'm about. And then two, recruiting the talent and showing them. I'm not asking you to do nothing that I'm not out here doing myself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's mission and goal is the same. They all become partners. You don't sell tickets for me, you sell tickets for us, because everybody gets a portion of they get a commission from their ticket sales. So hence now you're not just volunteering your time. This is your investment in yourself. So you can make whatever. It's 310 seats in this theater. We got 2 nights, so we got 620 seats to sell. Have at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the ad in the paper and I'm gonna take out the ad on the radio and I'm going to the cancer walks and I'm going here, there, just to let people. I was in church parking lots on Sunday putting my flyers in, I gotta stay, they stuck there for about an hour and a half. I got an hour and a half to get this whole parking lot done. So, you have to do what you have to do when you believe in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fly by night thing. It is not for the faint. It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of dedication. And then two, you have to put not like-minded individuals behind you, but people who believe in you behind you. Believe in you enough to tell you, baby, I think we should do that. Maybe it's another way we can do that.
Not
or
the
maybe
yes
this
person,
is not
somebody that's going to actually
give you the tough
they
love.
see.
Exactly. Give you the tough
and you
love.
need to be willing to accept
the
tough love.
And then you have to.
We thought the sun was going to help us, but what's going down. We still
turn some lights on.
Yeah, the lights are on.
That's
it.
I'm sorry.
That's it. But so that's why I was using the sun. So it's getting dark, but it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. So so you got fired. You didn't tell me that either.
Voluntarily, attendance, attendance. It was.
So basically, you let them.
I set the stage. I set the stage for that. And then bet on
yourself. So that's what I said. If bet on yourself was a person, that's you. You keep betting on yourself.
I mean, at the end of the day,
who else?
We all have to put yourself in position. Again, the money from the 401k was the cushion, but getting, being a dealer, you get max money from unemployment for 6 months. I bet on that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm gonna set that up. Then I'll come down here, find a place, set up shop. And then like my whole townhouse was we didn't rehearse, we did rehearse at the libraries here in Jacksonville are amazing. You can reserve space for free.
Okay.
So we were able to hold rehearsals at the space for free, but we had to be done by 7. So obviously this person don't get off work until 6 o'clock or whatever. So our rehearsal started to run a little late. But my whole townhouse, just so we could have a rehearsal space. And like, why are you in a 3-bedroom and you're by yourself? Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. So all of the props and the clothes and the wigs and all of that stuff, I furnish all of that. I provide all that for my actors. So hence the garage was straight storage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying no storage. That's what the garage is for. So my bike was like outside, half outside. But we made it work.
Yeah. So you do what you need to do.
Yes.
To make your dream
come true,
a reality.
Just sitting around
hoping that it happens.
Nobody's going to knock on your door and tell you go manifest what you want. That's just not. It's not reality. You can't even dream that shit into existence. You must take the reins. You must take accountability, and you must take the steps. Because if you don't believe that you're the next Top Chef, and next Wolfgang Puck, the next Martha Stewart, or whomever, whatever it is.
Okay, we had some technical difficulty. Now we're on a smaller device, so we're squeezing in. It is what it is. Life happens, and we're still making it happen here. So I really want to thank Kaya for joining us and telling her story and encouraging everyone to live your dreams, follow your heart, and live satisfied. Don't follow the status quo. Follow your heart to your soul satisfying lifestyle. Now, I don't know how much time we're going to have because apparently we lost internet connection here in the hotel room. And so, but I wanted to ask her a few more questions. And I'm just going to keep looking forward because this is what we can do right now. So the one thing is you were talking about being a big fish in a little pond and then moving to become that smaller fish in a huge pond.
Yes.
That's the same as, change your circle. If you're the smartest person in your circle, that doesn't mean you have to get rid of that other circle, but you need to move in other circles so that you can learn some other things.
I can't quote it precisely, but it says if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong rooms. Mm-hmm. In order for anybody to be challenged, in order for anybody to reach higher goals or higher destinations, you must step out of your comfort zone. It is hard. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't think I didn't leave my son in New Jersey. I didn't leave a plethora of friends, a plethora of family, a plethora of supporters. And I get homesick and I go through the motions. I get writer's block. I get, literally it's like we all have that doubt. We all have that fear of failing. But as a teenage mother, I raised my kids. And they're happy, healthy, productive citizens. At the end of the day, I didn't know how to do that either. But here I am, you know what I'm saying, 47, a mother, a grandmother. They can depend on me. They know I might not be there when you want me, but I'm going to be there when you need me. And God has allowed me that security and that lifestyle to be able to be their blanket, be their, be their shield in the hurricane. Don't call me when it's raining. Don't call me.
Don't call me.
You and your baby mama fighting. Don't call me.
It's got to be a hurricane.
Yeah.
Tornado.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Call me when issues about to hit the fan, and I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. But leaving New Jersey was definitely one of the most daunting and difficult things. I had to show myself that I was the city. The city was not me. I made being home. So now that I'm here, I fly my people out.
And they come and visit. They come. And they enjoy it.
And they love it. I take them to the clubs. I take them to the beaches. I get to be a tourist for a minute. But at the end of the day, my team is still my team no matter where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, wholeheartedly believe if God truly makes room for my talent and I get to evolve past Jacksonville, wherever I am and whatever I'm doing in whatever capacity, I know my friends is right. It's like, listen, they done gave me some money, bitch. Let's do this. And they would be like, cut the check and let me secure a home, pay this mortgage, just rent up for 2 or 3 months. I'm there, because you can always get another job, but you might not always get an opportunity to pursue your dream. Yeah. So sometimes you must take that leap.
Opportunity is almost always inconvenient.
True.
And opportunities of a lifetime have to be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity.
Okay.
So I always try to just tell people, don't wait, because it may be too late if you wait just a little too long. When opportunity arises and if you're prepared, go for it. If you know that's what you want to do. Now the key is you got to figure out what you want to do.
But even if you're not prepared sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have been afforded the position to prepare myself for the pivots, as you call them. I call them just life-altering changes. But at the end of the day, I don't think right now, because the pandemic would have happened whether I lived in New Jersey or whether I lived in Jacksonville.
Yep.
I'm still working. I'm still growing. I'm still telling people about my brand. I'm still, planting my seeds, even though nothing has come. The crop hasn't come in yet. I'm still planting my seeds. I'm not done. Yeah. I'm not stagnant. I still have my equipment. I still have my wardrobe. I still have my set. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to put myself in a venue so that I can get back out there to do what I love to do. I've built a nice associate base here that people that are looking forward to being a part of the next project. I was trying to do Shade right before the pandemic.
I saw that.
So we had a full cast, and we were rehearsing. I found this nice 6'4" big white guy to be Bill, the local. Oh my gosh! And he had this voice that just made you feel like you could really be a stalker. You really could be a stalker. No offense, Tori, but yeah. So I had my cast for Shade in place, and then the pandemic hit, and we just, like I said, you must be willing to outwait the setbacks.
And you're still planting your seeds, and you don't plant today and harvest tomorrow.
Exactly.
So,
it's a time thing.
Yeah.
It's a time thing, and I feel very sluggish and lackluster. When you're not doing what you feel as though God intended for you to do, it takes a lot of your momentum, and it takes a lot of your drive out. But my passion and my friends and my family and my support system, they know that me just getting up and punching the clock for Chartwell or Amazon or whoever, like, that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to try to get into the TikTok video because that's something I could do at home. That's something I don't need a whole bunch of people for. But it takes so much time out of your life. I'm like, oh my gosh. By the time I braid the hair up and put the wigs on and do the makeup and oh my gosh.
But you probably should.
It's like, again, like I said, by the time I get home, unwind, think of my little scheme. Like, I want to do a Maury thing where Shidola is Maury. And you know how you get the woman, oh, you definitely the father. You know what I'm saying? She's all irate. And then, Shidola opens up the results, and then she runs off the stage. So again, I have all of these ideas. Like, the ideas have not stopped coming. It's just, again, birthing them is always a challenge. You can't make excuses. At a certain point in time in your life, you have to say, it's my time.
So what do you say to somebody who has a vision, a dream?
They say when you write it down, it becomes real. They say when you speak it to others, it becomes something, something you visualize and you verbalize. But nothing beats action. Nothing beats action. Take that class, find that property. Even if you have to give the first 50 cakes away, if it's something that you're good at and it's good, those 50 cakes will not be in vain. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have to give the gift away so that people know what they're getting. They know the quality. They know that what your brand is about. Sometimes you have to be willing to take that loss in order for you to take that gain on the other end. Unfortunately, everything is a hustle. Everything is a grind, from promotion to marketing to distribution. It's all a hustle. So are you going to hustle for yourself, or are you going to hustle for your employer?
Your dream or your employer's dream? You're working on somebody's dream.
Yeah.
It's either yours or somebody else.
So, we're going to split this thing 50-50. I'm going to give you half.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then
I'm going to work on mine. Definitely.
Yeah. And so I do believe that you can do both, because I still have a full-time job and I'm following my dreams. Counseling, coaching, helping people to follow their dreams, because that's my passion. My passion is to help other people to follow their dreams, which is why I do the podcast, because it's women who inspire other people to do the same. So you've been a taxi driver,
a corrections officer.
A correction officer.
Goodness, where does the list start? I've been a dealer in the casino, craps, blackjack, and roulette. Valet parker. You know what? I've never done housekeeping. We did. I went to school for bartending. I've always wanted to be. No, I wanted to own the bar, but I wanted to be able to, make a drink. Undercover boss type of thing. But that's that's one of those. If I ever got some real money, I would definitely make that thing come into yes.
Yeah, so to me, it's all about the experience. I don't see why you wouldn't try a couple different things, so you know what you like,
true,
and what you don't like. You will never know what you like and what you don't like if you don't try anything.
But believe it or not, when it's not what God has for you, you'll never like it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never like it. It will never be worth the aggravation. This one pisses you off. This one, it'll always be.
But if you don't try it.
No, my thing is when it's not a perfect fit, you know how a teacher, you have to have a certain kind of love and a certain kind of passion. Because these kids nowadays is bad.
I think they was bad before. So, I love to teach, but I can't teach people's children because I know that is not for me. But there's another avenue for me to go. So I can teach adults. And that's what I did. Okay. So I took what I know and taught at the community college. I teach for the community. I have a community initiative where I teach what I know and I bring in other people to teach what they know, to share what they know. It's a each one teach one. This is your expertise. You teach them. But that's what's in my heart.
Exactly. And you have a passion.
And you get that feeling.
A fulfillment.
Yeah, that fulfillment. When you know that it's something that God has given you, you have a feeling. I call it the soul satisfying feeling.
Okay.
I feel satisfied. And it's a feeling that you don't get everywhere.
True.
So you know where your gifts are.
True.
And you don't mind working for it.
No.
You don't mind hustling for it.
That phone call or that question or somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody either waking you up or calling you while you're watching your favorite show or whatever. It is not a burden for you to share your gift with somebody, and that's how you know you love what you do.
Yep. You can liken it to someone that likes you romantically. If you like them back, then they can call you anytime. You're talking on the phone, you're there forever. If you don't like them back and he calls you at midnight, you're like, why is he calling me? He just called me yesterday. It's just kind of crazy stuff.
It's you again?
Yeah, so the question is, how does it make you feel? Sometimes it's a feeling. And I know what my calling is. It's because every time I do it, I feel it here. When I'm finished, it's a satisfaction. And I like that high.
True.
And it sounds like you like that high because you're always just like going for it. So people, I try to explain that to people. My passion is for other people to find their passion and actually go for it. Step out of your comfort zone. Get up in the morning so you can go to work, so you can pay the bills, so you can have food on the table, so you can go to bed, and then get up in the morning
and do it all over again.
That's not living.
That's just existing.
It's existing. And I want to live a full life. Every gift, every talent, I want to at least try it. Because everything, like you said, everything is not for me. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should do it. So if I try it and it's not for me, at least I said I tried it, that's not for me. I'll move on.
True.
So when I see you like doing all these things, and then you're like, okay, I just moved to, I thought you were visiting Jacksonville, and then all of a sudden, you live here. And I was like, girl, now you bought a house.
Yes.
So that means you're staying for a little bit.
I had listened to T. Jakes. He had a sermon, and it was about planting your seeds. And expecting you can't, just because I moved here, I could not expect the fanfare or the success to be overnight. You must plant your seeds somewhere. You must go through the process. You must nurture it. You must weather the storm. See, when I first got here, I didn't want to weather the storm. I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I was back in New Jersey. I was here. I was flying home so often. It was like, okay, I need to sit down and dedicate myself here. Mind you, purchasing a home, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I've been a homeowner before. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is on the top 5 of things to do list. It was just more cost effective. It made sense. I was paying $1,100 for rent. Now I'm paying $1,200 for mortgage.
And you'll get a tax write-off.
That part. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I can paint and I can tear shit up and I can have somebody move in and I ain't got to worry about the people next door talk about, you parked in my space. So, all the conveniences, and don't get me wrong, if home ownership is where your heart's desire is, and that's something you're working towards getting to, getting your credit scores together, getting your debt to income ratio, that shit right there, listen here, they took me through the ringer, girl.
But it's worth it. It's worth it because, well, I've only bought a house 1 time. And I think it was worth it because I bought the house, raised my son, sold the house, took a little money with me,
Make money.
you know.
Understood.
So it was good. But what I realized in the process, it was good while it lasted, but I don't have to own a house ever again.
Yes.
But that's me.
My thing is, it's like,
That's
there's
me.
so many things you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So many things you don't find out until you're, oh, I want to buy a car. Oh, but you got to take care of this. So you have this out there. Damn, why can't I just buy a car?
Yeah.
So mind you, securing the employment, being at the job for 6 months, it didn't matter how much money I was putting down. It didn't matter that my credit score was 720. Like, the things that I thought were important factors were not. Like,
But you've learned that. Now, you had to learn on your own. But if you got a mentor or somebody, you can skip some of those things because you can.
but no, you
avoid.
hear the myths. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need a 720 credit score and make X, Y, and Z, and you can qualify for this. There's so much bad information out there that when you get ready to, like I said, jump into something, you're thinking, okay, I'm going FHA. I just need this amount of money down. Da, 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 da. I didn't know they was going to go through my bank account for the last 6 months. I didn't like it. It'd be shit.
Yeah, they want to know what you spent. They want to know.
Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for the cavity
Yeah.
search. So it's like, these are things that you're not prepared for. And then, mind you, I've heard this a multitude of times. They didn't do that 20 years ago. Well, they were just passing on word just 20 years ago like it was ice cream. So,
Yeah, and I'm just saying, sometimes if you get somebody to just guide you through, it doesn't mean it is going to be exactly that way. But what we're talking about now is what's good for you now. You sold a house before. You lived in an apartment. Now you have a house because it made more sense.
yes.
But it's about your lifestyle.
No, I wanted, like I said,
It's
I wanted to
about
plant my seeds
what's
here.
for you.
I'm not going to jump all over the place. I want to be here. I want to grow my brand here. I want Painless Productions to not just be good at home or the old home, excuse me,
Gotcha.
good in New Jersey. I want anybody to know that I can go from here to Atlanta to Mississippi to Oklahoma and plant these seeds,
And it's consistent.
and it's gonna be the same. The dope is gonna be the same no matter where I'm distributing.
Consistent.
Exactly.
It's
So
consistent.
that was what the whole purchasing the home meant to
So
me.
what's next for you?
I want to do a web series. I want to do a series. I'm trying to educate myself on how to do the Netflix and the Hulus and the Tubies and all of those things.
Okay.
And it's titled One Night Stand.
Okay.
And it is not just about the sexual aspect of one night stands, but the psychological and the emotional baggage that these 4 characters will carry.
Are you working on it now?
Yes.
So when we,
I have no
you don't
idea.
know
I have
we'll
no
see it?
idea now.
Because I saw
have no
something
idea.
on your page about
Yes,
the one night stand.
yes.
So I
One
said,
Night Stand
I thought
is
it was
what
going to be a play.
No, One Night Stand is going to be a series. It's going to be something visual and something that, you know, hopefully we can stream, download, like that. That is the goal, for you to see Painless Productions rolling on your TV from a Hulu or
I'm
something.
looking forward to
That
it.
that is what's next for Painless Productions.
So you've spoken it. I know you've written it down.
And that was why I reached out to the graphic designer. Like, to me, in order I have to see
So
it
you can see it.
to make it real, and then again start
Say it
building,
and see it.
start setting the steps, start setting my footsteps towards that particular goal.
We've made it through technology, but we're running out of time.
Okay.
So I do ask a couple of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your favorite quote?
To those whom much is given, much is required, and that is from Luke.
Okay. And so how do you apply that in your life?
You can't have sunshine all the time, and if you have sunshine, best believe there is going to be as much rain and as much drama and as much turmoil that accompanies that sunshine. I've been very, very blessed to not have a lot of hardships and struggles that my peers have weathered. And I believe that requires me to step out of my gift, to be motivational, to be inspirational, to set the bar high, to show my kids and my grandkids you do not have to let your past set the precedent for your future.
Yeah.
You are the change. You are the catalyst. We are the generation breakers. We break the curses of our generation, and if not with you, then who? Because you can't just pass certain things to the next, to the next level. And to be a teenage mother, and to only have a barely couple college classes under my belt. I believe I set the standard pretty high. If I died tomorrow, I do not think they would be like, oh, my mom ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My mom, you know, I like the fact that I'm a goal getter. And that's big for me. That's big for me because I can't say that the people that I was raised around projected that exactly.
So, and I wonder where that comes from. Like, you know, people are like, oh, this person is always going for stuff. Because I'm always doing something. They're like, well, why did you do that? Aren't you happy now? I'm like, yeah, I'm happy, but I always know there's more. And so I don't know if you're born with it, but I think there's some people who are born with it, but they just are afraid to step out.
You suffocate it. You suppress it. And again, it some people, like I told you, it's not as if I came from this lavish lifestyle to where as though, you know, it's something that I aspire out. Paycheck to paycheck, food stamps, block cheese, you know, powdered milk. Like there is no hardship that we did that I can't. Drug addiction, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that is my story. So with that being said, I'm blessed that I did not have to endure it to be able to learn from it. But at the end of the day, I know that is not who I am. And I've always pushed myself and wanted more for myself and my children than what was given to me.
Gotcha. And then the last question that I asked, on whose shoulders do you stand?
Nobody but the Father.
All right now.
Nobody but the Father. Well, thank you for spending this time with me.
I am glad that you were able to come. I am glad that we were able to get back on. Not the way that we wanted to.
But this light looks better than the light that we had earlier, though.
The sun is gone. It looks
but
good.
It's a beautiful sunset, though.
The sun is gone.
She shows y'all.
It looks good. We have people in and out, so I don't know if anybody has any questions for Kaya. But be on the lookout for a one-night stand.
Yes.
And it's not just about
sex. No. Again, it's more or less the repercussions from an emotional standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a sexual standpoint. It's like sometimes the things we do for one night can have an effect. Yeah. Okay, I might have to get that story out of her, but yeah. So and you know, with everybody having like P-Valley, I love P-Valley. Like when we watching, you know, me watching these shows, all I'm saying, I just watch these things and I say, I could do that.
You could do that.
I can do that.
And you can. And you will.
And again, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of dedication. It's a matter of persistence. And I have all of those things. So with that being said, it's just me getting out of my own way and allowing the dream to manifest itself. In its time, not Kaya's time, because Kaya is a clock watching, rusher, impatient person. So
while you wait, in the meantime,
listen, I hustle. We sell the earrings, we sell bracelets, TVs,
and you have a
DVDs.
job, and you have a job. But the dream,
it doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away. It doesn't die. So why not fulfill it?
Yeah.
But Miles Monroe says the wealthiest place on earth is the cemetery. There's the books. There's the plays. There's all of those things that people didn't follow through on, but they were very good at it, and they decided not to do it. So don't be one of those people. Follow your heart to your soul-satisfying lifestyle. Until next time, I want you all to remember to dream aloud and live in color. Thank you for being here, and I hope you will share this live with someone else. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Dream Aloud with Kendra. If you like the show, leave a review and tell a friend. I also invite you to join our Dream Aloud Facebook group, where we encourage and challenge our members to step outside of their comfort zone and live limitless lives. I guarantee you will experience true fulfillment when you live, work, and play your way.